Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TCA. My name's Christian.
And I'm Andy. Good morning.
Yeah, hey, so welcome back. We had a busy week last week. Andy decided, it was so busy, Andy decided to take yesterday off, but
to do some more work.
Sure.
I'm sure if my boys are watching this morning, I'm sure they're a little sore.
So
lots of rocks.
So we had a very busy week last week, Andy, which I really want to get into. But before we get into that, we actually have a busy week this week.
Yep.
So we're going to run down this week with you guys real quick. A special shout out to our neighbors to the north. But before we even go into that, remember everybody, we're live. We're coming to you live. So if you're watching, we got Facebook and YouTube up at the desk. Drop us a comment. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're from. And also, I didn't tell Andy we would do this, but let us know what you would like Andy to dress up as for Halloween. And he will do. If you put in the comments what you want Andy to dress up as for Halloween, he'll dress up as that for next week's TCA.
On Halloween, I'll dress up like that.
No, next week's TCA. All right. All right. So, Andy, what's going on this week in Canada?
There's a couple of in Canada there's something, and in the U.S. there's something, but in Canada they're having the Woodworking Technology Days.
Right.
That is Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this week.
Yeah.
It's a really cool event that they're doing up in Ontario, and we are hosting folks. Now you have to contact them, but we are hosting folks at Taurus Craco Machinery, and they are our agent up in Ontario.
Yep. So we got Weinig Holz-Her Canada participating with Taurus Craco. Great partner that we have up there.
Excellent partner. Yep.
And so they are one of the locations for this Woodworking Technology Days.
That's right. And so if you guys want to show up in person, you can do that. Now, they have safety protocols in place, and I believe at this point you have to make an appointment with Taurus Craco in order to visit their showroom. But they will be running a lot of machinery up there. And it's going to be a really cool time. So if you're interested, if you're up in Ontario and you want to go, reach out to Taurus Craco, make an appointment Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Can you register at WeinigHolzer.ca?
I believe that you can get information at Weinig Holz-Her CA.
Okay.
And I think with all the new travel restrictions, I'm not sure about how online registration is working. I think the best
contact Taurus Craco, and Taurus's information, their contact information will be at WeinigHolzer.ca.
WeinigHolzer.ca. Yep. Or just Google Taurus Craco. They come up.
Yep.
So great. They're a great agent up there. Decent size outfit. They have a great showroom.
Great facility.
Yeah, great.
I've been there.
Great
nice.
Facility. And just a really good resource for that entire Ontario region. They deal obviously with Weinig and Holz-Her quite a bit, but the experts that they have on staff help manufacturers across that area of Canada.
How many companies are involved in this? 6? I think there's
six, maybe 6 or 7.
So there's 6 locations for the 3 days that you can visit and see a lot of technology.
Yep. So exciting stuff happening up in Canada. And a quick shout out just to the entire Canada team at Weinig Holz-Her Canada. So if you guys are watching and you're in the U.S., you should know that we have been making a large push, especially this year, part of last year, to be more of a market unit North America, with 2 different market centers, one in the U.S. and one in Canada, which has really brought both teams, Canada and the USA, really closer together, much closer together. We've been working with them, and they've been working with us. So it's been a great partnership with the team up there. They covered the entire country of Canada. If you guys are, if you're up in Canada and anyone involved with Weinig Holz-Her Canada, there are some quality, knowledgeable, and tenured folks in Canada doing sales, service for Weinig and Holz-Her machines. It's great.
So also this week,
we
have the IWF Connect.
IWF Connect is this week, so we're excited about that. Weinig Holz-Her is participating in IWF Connect, and we are excited about that. We will have a presence in IWF Connect, and we will also be featuring some videos and some links to our we'll call it our virtual space on weinigholzer.com, which holds all of our videos from the Retool tour that we did a month and a half ago now, and Next Level, which was last week, right?
Yeah, a lot of good information. We're trying to give you as much of a virtual trade show experience as possible, so you'll see lots of video that was shot live, where you'll see some interaction between people and machinery. Right.
And so, Andy, this brings me to another point with IWF Connect, with the Woodworking Technology Days. This has been an interesting year for everybody. And we've talked about this before, where folks are having to find knowledge about new woodworking machinery and new woodworking technology. They've been having to find that knowledge outside of their normal sources, outside of trade fairs, outside of in-person events. And so we here at Weinig Holz-Her have been doing what we can to make that information available to the industry. One of the reasons why when we stream live, we stream on open platforms, right? We stream on YouTube, we stream on Facebook. For anybody in the industry to watch, you don't have to register. We don't have to have all of your information. You don't have to pay for it. We put it out there so it's easy for you guys to find it.
Yeah, that's probably a little different. Everybody is trying to figure out the best way to do business in these uncertain times, these new times, and that's the way that we have found to get information out to you guys as seamlessly as possible. We're trying not to make it difficult. We want to be easy to do business with, and we want to be easy for you to get information from.
That's right.
And that's so we're trying to have it as not gated,
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so that's what's happening this week.
Why don't we back up?
Yeah, let's rewind. Let's rewind a little bit.
Because last week was also a very busy week.
Last week was crazy. So if you guys tuned in last week for TCA, we were up in Borden, Indiana at Cutter Woodworking, which was an excellent time.
And unreal. That's a place that every time I've been there multiple times now, and every time you're there, you just kind of, all you can think in your mind when you're walking through the factory is, wow.
Yeah, great manufacturing facility. And not only is the facility extremely impressive, the campus is extremely impressive, but just their flow through manufacturing and their take on cell manufacturing and what they yield, what they do with their waste, and how they just process the hundreds of thousands of board feet that they process.
Well, beyond that, and how they're trying to take the next steps using technology to try to make it easier for their customers to do business with them, for their dealers to work with them. We learned a little bit last week about their Cutter Connect, I think they called it.
Yes, and Cutter Connect.
And how they're trying to move into this new digital age and use some of those digital tools to help their customers do business with them.
So we had an excellent time at Cutter Woodworking. We live streamed from their facility pretty much all Tuesday morning. All those videos are still on our Facebook and YouTube page. You can go back and check it out. I absolutely recommend the manufacturing tour that we did. It takes maybe 30 minutes to go through, but it is an excellent tour. Anyone working in solid wood, architectural millwork, that is a phenomenal tour of a top class, real, just excellent manufacturing.
There have been thousands of views of it already on the different platforms.
Yeah. So anyway, that was great. Everybody at Cutter, thank you so much for your hospitality. That was excellent. We really enjoyed ourselves there. We learned a lot about your facility, and then also we got some time to learn about sustainable forestry as well at their Forest Discovery Center. Which is this educational center that they have at their campus. It just kind of takes you through what responsible forestry is. Absolutely, the right direction for a company like that to be going.
Yeah, and I think that I think we both agree we'll do more with that. We need to expose our industry more to what they're showing there with the sustainable industry that we're in.
That's something that we would very much like to continue partnering with them, not just in their manufacturing, but in their vision as well in forestry. So.
And then right after that trip, we came back here and we had another TCA.
That's right. Yeah.
On Thursday, we had a coffee address because we launched, or we took off on our Next Level 2020 on Thursday last week.
So Next Level 2020 took place on Thursday and Friday of last week. We had an open house here. We had quite a few customers here, which I want Andy to kind of talk about what the floor was like, during the age of COVID. But before that, we also live streamed a lot of presentations from those 2 days online. Those are all also available. We have playlists on YouTube and Facebook with all the videos that we did last week on Thursday and Friday during Next Level. There's some really good maintenance workshops in there.
When we launched some new machines as well.
There's a couple new machines like the ProfiMat 50.
Yeah.
There's an introduction to that. There's some great demos with some of our agents that flew in for the event, including Manny from Florida Machinery, who did some live streams during the Retool Tour. He was up here. He did a live stream last week. Wes Shepard at Axis Machinery
also did some stuff in the Retool Tour.
Came in again.
And then we had a first timer.
Yeah, a couple first timers actually. Yeah. But anyway, you guys go back and watch them. There's some great videos out there on the playlist, and you'll be able to see all of them there. But going back to the first timer, so that was one thing I did want to touch on is we have definitely a budding cinema star in our agent from the great state of Georgia. Mr. Kerner was with our regional Heath Magzig, and they were doing a demonstration on movable blades in a rib saw. Yep. So that was very cool.
It was. It had lots of views. I don't know if it was all Christian Kerner's children and wife watching, but there were a lot of views.
Great video.
It was good information.
Everybody involved in the live stream last week, well done. You guys did great. Great presentations. If you're watching and you haven't been able to go back and see the live streams from last week, check them out. YouTube, Facebook, they're there.
Yep.
All right, so what was the floor like, Andy? So the live stream was kind of, I don't want to say secondary, but it was an auxiliary branch of Next Level. We really were enjoying seeing people in person again.
Right, so this was the Retool Tour was an in-person or virtual event as well, but at the time, we certainly put more emphasis on the virtual side of it, right? Because we knew that there weren't going to be a lot of people that were ready to travel. So we had, I think we had 8 companies that came here, for example, that day. Some of the locations that we traveled to were a little more busy, but for the Next Level 2020, there was a lot more emphasis on the in-person part of it. We made sure that people felt comfortable. We as you walked around, there were a lot of people that were wearing masks. Then some of the people that were wearing masks, they were not comfortable wearing masks, but they continued to wear them because they were trying to respect the decision that we had made to keep everyone safe here. We have about a 35,000 square foot or somewhere around there showroom. So even when we had 50 or 60 people in the showroom at a time, there was still plenty of room to socially distance.
Yeah, plenty of space.
So we had small groups that were with individuals learning about machines, seeing demonstrations. They if they couldn't social distance, they certainly were wearing masks. They were staying protected. It actually went really well, I thought.
Really?
Yeah. We were able to check everyone in. We have new safety protocol here in the building that allows us to check temperatures and things like that. Ask questions. You aren't allowed through the doors until we buzz the button or unlock the doors.
Right.
So so that it all went really well, I thought.
Yeah. So that was last week. It was great to see folks in person, and we are excited to kind of continue that idea of having in-person events again next month in California. Yeah.
So we have an event that we're doing in California. We're actually going to take the TCA on the road again.
Yep, that's right.
Because with the 3-hour time difference, we're still going to try to come to you live at 9 a.m. and that's going to be on. I have the notes here. Is the 17th, I believe, of November. Yeah, November 17th, that Tuesday morning, we will be live at 6 a.m. in California, so we can bring you the TCA at 9 a.m. We'll do it from our showroom out there. We're talking to a couple of companies about perhaps doing another factory tour.
Kind of like what we did last week at Qatar. Yep.
I think that went really well, so you're going to see more of that. We're going to take the TCA on the road and have opportunities to show technology. A lot of our customers, a lot of the industry has had to pivot, to bring up an old term that we were using. They have had to pivot to be able to succeed in these different times, and I've been so impressed with so many companies and how they've done this. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna bring that stuff to you. We're gonna highlight those companies.
Yeah, we're gonna highlight them. It's interesting stuff. It's more interesting than, most mornings here, and so we're going to bring you more footage of actual manufacturing. Hopefully that will
have more discussion with companies that are using this technology, right. So you can either be motivated by it, you can feel a little more positive about the direction that things are going.
That's right.
But also you get an idea of maybe some technology that's being used that might could help your manufacturing.
That's exactly right. So, So in November, we'll be out in California. If you're in Southern California and you'd like to see us or you'd like to be on the live stream, drop us a note, drop us a comment, let us know, and we'll see if we can fit you into the schedule.
We'll do the event on the 18th and 19th of November at the open house.
So the open house in our Anaheim showroom, which we call Expo West, will be on the 18th and 19th.
That's a Wednesday, Thursday.
More information on that actual event will be on WeinigHolz-Her.com in the coming weeks. Yeah,
very good. Just to also before we start to wrap things up, I do want to make sure and highlight a few more things. We will continue to go live on Facebook, YouTube, WeinigHolz-Her.com, but we are also still available to do either in person or virtual demos. We've gotten really good virtual private demos, right? Sure. So whether you want to be here in person for a private demo or you're not quite ready to come in and see it with other people, we can do a virtual demo. We can make that demo very private. You can have some one-on-one discussion with the technician to find out to get your questions answered.
That's right.
Work with the product specialist. In many cases, you're working with the product manager and our top-level technician. So you can't get better attention than that. And then if you need the one part we've emphasized that you can't see if you're watching a virtual demo is you can't feel the part when it comes out of the machine. We will absolutely send that part to you. Yeah, we'll send you the part. You can hold the part. You can go back and watch we can send you the footage even. We can record it, send you the footage back. You can go back and watch it and see what you'd like to learn everything you want to learn about the part before you make the decision. Again,
driving that point home, we realize that how you gather information now is different than how you gathered it a year ago. We are trying to put it out there. We are available for y'all. So if you have any questions, let us know, because that's many of these private demos, as Andy was talking about. They're with experts of that machine, and sometimes they last for a couple hours, because it's just going through application after application after application, making sure that the equipment, that the solution actually fits the shop that you're in.
We've done approximately 70 of these private virtual demonstrations this year.
Yeah.
And we've of course, the ones that we're doing now are much better than the ones we were doing 6 months ago or 9 months ago. But with everything, it continues to evolve. It continues to get better. But we want to make things as simple as possible for you as you try to gather as much information as possible before you make a decision.
That's right. So, all right. So, moving on and wrapping this up, Andy. So, just to recap everything. So, we have Woodworking Technology Days up in Canada this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you're interested, contact Weinig Holz-Her Canada or Taurus Craco Machinery in Ontario. They will be able to let you know how you can be involved in that event. IWF Connect, which is completely virtual, will be happening this week. We are participating in that. And we have our open house event next month in Anaheim, California. You said the 17th and 18th of November. And Andy and I will be out there. We'll do some live streams out there. visit some
customers.
Visit
We're going to start at 6 a.m. We'll have plenty of time that day to see some customers.
Visit some manufacturing shops as well. So we're excited about what's happening here at Weinig Holz-Her USA.
And we'll leave you on one more strong note.
Go ahead, Andy.
We do want to continue to emphasize, there are different reports that are coming out all the time, good and bad, about a big part of our market segment, our industry segment. But so they're saying this week that housing sales are outpacing housing starts. So what that means is that we can't build enough houses quick enough to satisfy the people who are trying to buy new homes. So they're saying that the outlook is very strong for our industry, for the housing industry in general, for months to come.
So would you be optimistic about that?
I would be optimistic about that. So let's leave you with some optimism.
So Andy's optimistic. I'm happy. It's a great day here in Mooresville, North Carolina. We'll leave you with that. Stay positive, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week.